Hey everybody, today fire starters on ice, UCO storm matches. Stick around. Tick, 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 boom. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to go over fire starters on ice. The very first video I ever shot was called Fire Starters on Ice, and it had the production value of nothing. I shot it with my iPhone. I wasn't happy with the film quality. I wasn't happy with the sound quality. But I upgraded my camera gear, learning to use it over the last several weeks. And I think that this video has some really good merit to it. We all see these fire starting implements that we use under some of the best conditions. We see them when it's nice and sunny outside. Granted, we have seen them when it's rainy outside, but we've never seen them when the products themselves actually get wet and what happens. And that's what I'm going to show you today. We're starting off with the UCO storm matches. Alright guys, so last night I went ahead and put 3 UCO storm matches in this tin, filled it with some water, threw it in my freezer. And I'm waiting for it to thaw out because I'm afraid if I go ahead and bust it up, then I'm actually going to take the material off of the match head itself, and that's really not a fair test. I want to see what happens when these are wet and they try to start. So we're going to wait for this to thaw, but in the meantime I had these 3 matches, and these were from my last video that were wet, and I want to go ahead and try to start these 3 as that they have had plenty of time to dry out and they should be operable. So let's see how they work. And it should also be said that if your striker right here gets wet, it's pretty much useless also. So make sure that you keep this dry as well. As I said, this video that I shot before was like 6 weeks ago. So these have had ample amount of time to dry out. Well, that's not a good sign. The tip actually came right off of that one. Things aren't looking too good for the UCO storm matches. I don't think they're going to work. For comparison, guys, I wanted to be fair. These ones are ones that have never been touched. They are straight out of the packaging. So let's give them a rip. Let's start up fairly easily. So we know that if they're not touched, they start up on this. If they're wet, they don't seem to want to start up so well. Or they just break off. Okay. Lesson learned, don't get your UCO storm matches wet for any reason. That's why they have those little vaults, the little like almost like a pill case to keep them dry. Because I think when matches get wet, it must change the chemical composition of them, and they ain't gonna work anymore. Oh. All right, so let's start to pull these out. There's 1 wet and cold match. There's 2 wet and cold matches, and 3 wet and cold matches. Let's see if they light. Actually, it just broke on me right there. But I'm going to keep on trying it to see if it'll finally fire off. I don't think so. Let's see if either one of these will fire off. Mosquitoes are horrible. It's almost trying to, but it just won't. It snaps and it pops, but it will not catch. Let's see if I can dry this one off a little bit. That one almost gave me hope. Dry it off of my pant leg a little bit here. All right, let's try it. Well guys, I think that answers the age-old question. Will UCO storm matches work when they're wet? No, they will not. Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another episode, this one on the UCO storm matches being wet and cold. What we've learned is they will not work if they are wet, and I don't think you can recover them once they are wet. So, lesson learned, keep them dry. Use those little vaults, as they call them. They have the O-ring, keeps the water out. They've got to be dry in order to work. So, I appreciate you being here. Leave some comments down below. Remember to like, subscribe, share this video with somebody you think that'll like it. And until next time, get out of the inside and into the outside, guys. Thank you much. When they say strike anywhere, they mean strike anywhere.